got a brand new story time, so let's get into it. Now, this is another story that took place when I was in high school. And it was about us just having a good time. Pretty much just me having a good time being a teenager. That's pretty much what this is about. Like, this is just a cool scenery of us being teenagers and what we used to do around the years when I was a teenager. I want to say this is probably back maybe 2011 or 2010. I don't know. I mean, I know some people come on here and they got like the time and they got the year and all that. I don't have all that. This is just something that happened in my past that I want to talk about. So, yeah, I was in high school still. And y'all, me coming in one night, I don't know where I was coming from. I think I was coming from my auntie house because I used to spend the weekends over there. And I think I was coming back from my auntie house. And then by this time, like, we had like cell phones, but cell phones was like in the early stages of being like, because cell phones been around since the late 90s, but everybody didn't have one. And then going up into the 2000s, more people had one, but still everybody didn't have one. Then it got to the time where, okay, everybody got a cell phone, but now you can, the minutes is free after 9 and stuff like that. Or people were still using house phones. So I get to the house or whatever, and my mom was like, oh, your friend had called you. Let's give her a name. I think I want to call her Teletubby. But I think it's which Teletubby is the purple one? Is it Tinky Winky? So we're gonna call her Twinkie. So Twinkie, she was like, "Oh, Twinkie called you. Can you call her back? Because you wasn't here." So I said, "Oh, okay. Let me give her a call." So I called her. So she was outside because Twinkie. A backstory on her. She was one of them girls where she lived with her mama and her grandma, but they saw her as being an innocent good girl, but she was everything but that. But in their eyes, you couldn't tell them nothing. Now her grandma knew, like her grandma, or was it her auntie? No, it was her auntie. Her auntie was like, she ain't as sweet as y'all think she is. She out here doing some things, and she is like she boy crazy. And to this day, because I don't talk to Tinky Winky no more, but to this day, from what I know, she still is boy crazy. Like, she still is boy crazy. And that's a lesson to the young girls. You can be a little boy crazy, but also be crazy about yourself. Know your worth. Know that you come first. You are important. Get your life together. Do what you got to do and have your fun. Be there for a fun time, not a long time, okay? So don't be so boy crazy, because it's not every time you always end up in some shit with boys that you don't even need to be involved in. So it's just, young ladies, do your schoolwork, and if you a boy crazy, talk to your parents, your mom, at least your mom, so they can help you. I try to do that with my daughter. Like, if anything that my daughter want to talk to me about, I'm open. I would not judge her. I would not get upset with her, because how can you get upset with somebody that don't know nothing? And that was my thing growing up too. Like, certain people on my dad's side just think the worst about me, and it's like, why? I always went to school. I had fun as a teenager, but I knew what to do and what not to do. I was never that loose girl. But for some reason, they tried to label me as that. And y'all, I'm even to this day, like, I'm not like that. Like, I don't have a bunch of kids. I don't have a bunch. I'm not out there in the streets like that. I do not. So where they got that from, I don't know. Maybe they just, I don't know. My dad says just, I don't know. I don't want to speak on them because I too much don't talk about my family on here. And if they ever do watch my videos, I don't got time for the drama. Y'all will hear little stuff that might go on with my family, but not too much, because I don't talk to my family at all. I may talk to like 2 people on my dad's side and maybe a handful on my mama's side, if that. Like, I don't I don't have time. So if they ever come across my videos, if you in it, you in it. If you not, you not. And just in general, I don't fuck with them. So let's get back to the story. So she was like, you couldn't do nothing wrong in their eyes when it come to her mama and her grandmama. They thought she was just a perfect little angel. Whole time she on demon time. But her auntie knew. Her auntie was like, oh yeah, I gotta watch that girl. But anyway, we was friends. We ended up being friends in like 4th grade because like I was part of the popular crew and she really wasn't. And I think one year she had hurt herself and she had to be like in like a cast and like with crutches and stuff. So me being the person I am, I'm like, I'm gonna help her. And we became friends like that. You know, I would help her up the stairs or like I would help her with her books if she needed help because, you know, she had crutches and shit. So, and then nobody else really gave a fuck. And I wasn't like that. And so we just became friends and we've been friends ever since. So we've been friends since like 4th grade or whatever. And y'all, she put me through some shit the whole with our friendship, but we gonna get into them stories when we get there. So I'm like, okay, let me call her back. So I'm like, Twinkie, what's good? I just got back in the house. My mama said that, you know, you called me. And she was like, yeah, girl, I was trying to see what you was on to see if, you know, if you wanted to link up. And I'm like, girl, no, because we got school. So, no. And by this time, I don't think we was in school together. Like, we're a little older. And we went to, like, separate high schools because she moved and stuff. So, we end up just making plans to kick it next weekend. So, as I'm talking to her, it's like somebody in the background. And I'm like, girl, who is that? Who was you with? So, she like, oh, this my friend. We can give him a name. We gonna call him Wiz. So she like, this my friend Wiz or whatever. And he just chilling with me or whatever. We just chilling. That's why I wanted to see if you could come over tonight because we all just chilling or whatever. And he brought his best friend over. So yeah, we all just chilling. Now I'm like kind of liking on the best friend, but don't tell him that. I'm like, don't tell him that. I don't even know these motherfuckers, but okay. So then all you hear is Wiz, like, who you on the phone with and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, tell him you on the phone with your best friend. He can wait. And so then I guess she had me on speaker. And so then he was like, who is you talking to? And I'm like, I'm talking to you because I'm trying to talk to my friend. And he was like, I don't like your attitude. And I said, I don't give a fuck. I don't even know you and I don't like you. You coming at me first. Like, she'll get off the phone. So we was like really like beefing. Like, this ain't no play shit. Like, we was really going back and forth with each other. He was like, I don't like her. And I'm like, I don't care. You keep saying you don't like me. I don't like you neither. So I'm like, girl, yeah, we'll just link up next weekend. I ain't got nothing to do. I'll come over there, whatever. Fast forward. Now this is Friday. We got our school. I'm like, we gonna link up. You want me to, I can catch, oh, I'm sorry. I can catch the bus to your house. So she like, no, we gonna be, cause her grandma didn't live that far from me. But they moved to like almost to the other side of town. So she was like, nah, we gonna be seeing my grandma. So my mom could just come pick you up. And then we can ride back to the house. And then you could just spend the night for the weekend. I don't know how you gonna get home though. Cause my mom gotta work Sunday. So I was like, I can just get my cousin or my brother to come pick me up, no problem. So she was like, all right, so they get here, right? So I'm thinking she in the front seat, but she's in the back seat. Yeah. She's in the back seat. And so it's a guy sitting in the front seat. I don't know who this guy is. So I get in the car, I speak to everybody. I'm like, maybe it's her cousin or whatever. So even the guy speak, everybody, speak or whatever. So we're like, okay. Then we go to, I think, Walgreens because her mom had to get some stuff out of Walgreens. So she was like, y'all can just wait here. I'll be right back or whatever. So then she texts me. Like I said, we did have fun. So she texts me and while we driving. And she like, so this is the guy that I was talking about. This is my new boo. And we liking on each other and stuff like that. He rolled with us or whatever. And that's my new boo. You know, him and my mama like kind of getting to know each other and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's what's up. What's his name? So we gonna give him the name Woody. So, so she like this. That's Woody or whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay, Woody, what's up? What's up? And so, I'm texting this to her, but I'm like, oh, okay. So then she was like, when we get to Walgreens, her mom went in first, but we were still sitting in the car. So that's when she introduced her. So she was like, Woody, this is my best friend, Honeybee. Honeybee, this is Woody. So he was like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, hey, I'm doing all right. Woo. Okay, so after she introduced us or whatever, so we just sitting in the car listening to music. So then she like, oh wait, I need to run in there because I need to get something. I'll be right back, y'all. Left us in the car. So he turns around instantly. Like once she like get out of like view, he turns around instantly. He was like, I don't know what she might have told you or we dating or whatever. But we not dating. No, she's not my. I don't know what. Now, me knowing Woody now, he is that type of. He's that honest type of person. Like, he would tell you, like I don't deal with these people no more, but I deal with them for a nice amount of time. So, knowing Woody was like that. Like Woody will tell you because me and Woody is the same zodiac sign. I'm a Sagittarius, the best. I'm not trying to hit shit. So we so we blunt with our shit. Like honestly, so he was like, I know that's your best friend, that's your friend, but I'm not on that with her. Cause I'm pretty sure I know that y'all was like texting. Like I know that y'all was texting. If y'all was texting about me and she told me that no, I am single and I'm out here mingling. We cool or whatever, cause they all went to the same school before Woody and Wiz got kicked out. And so then she just, and I'm like, no, she didn't tell me anything like about you. Like we were texting about some personal stuff, but it wasn't about you. And so then I'm lying because that's my girl. I'm not finna say yeah. So then he was like, oh, okay, I just want to set that record straight. And he was like, you single? Now Woody was not my type. Like he was cute and all that, but he was just not my type. And now I'm like, if she think y'all got something going on, why would I interact to be that? I'm not that type of friend. I don't do that. No. Even if my friend said she liked a dude, and then if he don't like her and he like me or some type shit, like no, like I don't do that. My friend liked it you, even though it didn't go nowhere. I don't see you not attractive no more. That's with anybody. So I'm like, yeah, I'm single or whatever, but I'm not really like looking for nobody. I'm good or whatever. So he was just like, oh, okay, I was just asking. So you smoke, you drink, cause once we get back to her house, we all just finna like turn up. I'm like, yeah, I smoke, I drink, we cool, whatever. So he like, all right, so y'all, while like they in the store, whatever, he flame up a fucking cigarette in her mama car. And I said, you sure that you should be doing that? And he like, oh yeah, I've been with them riding around. They know I'm older than her. I'm grown. Ain't nobody finna tell. I'm like, yeah, but this is her mama car. He was like, her mama like me. Her mama like me. We cool. We cool. And it's just a short. It'll be done. And I'm like, okay. Not thinking like her mom gonna get in the car and probably smell the smoke. But he hit what he hit or whatever, and he sprayed some cologne or whatever around the car. And so then after that, they get back in the car, didn't say shit. So I guess they work. I don't know. They didn't say shit. So now we go to her house or whatever. So we go to her house and we just like chilling. We chilling or whatever. And then he leave because he like, I'm gonna go get Wiz. Me and Wiz gonna link up and we gonna come back over here. So then I'm like, oh, okay. So then he leave or whatever. So we in the house. So I'm like, who's Wiz? She like, that's the guy you was arguing with. I said, oh yeah, yeah. Cause we got some unfinished business around this bitch. Yeah, let him go get him. So when he come back, I can cuss his ass out. Cause I don't like that disrespect shit. I don't play that. I do not play that. So she like, yeah, give him a piece of your mind, girl. Give him a piece of your mind. I said, yeah, I am. So hours like go past. Cause like I say, I got out of school at 4. They came to come get me at like 6. So he left at like, I say we got back to her house at like maybe almost like 7 o'clock. So maybe like 6:45 we got to her house. And then he left at like 7:30. Because we had smoked a blunt, and then after that he left. So yeah, about 7:30 he left. So we just waiting. It's getting darker, and so then we just like, enjoying our time, talking or whatever. And we was cheetah girls. We was cheetah sisters. So that was around like the hype with the cheetah girls. And so then we like, oh, okay. So, I was Chanel, and, she was Galleria, and we was Cheetah Girls, Cheetah Sister. We was listening to the bops, the little Cheetah bops, We finna get ready, because she like, girl, they finna drop a part 2, because it's been years since part 1. Like, part 1, I think we was like the end of being in elementary school. And then so part 2 came out, like the middle of us being in high school. And then by the time part 3 came out, we grown. And so we wasn't really dealing with the cheetah girls around that time, because we grown now. We ain't think about that shit. That's for kids. Like, yeah. So, well, I wouldn't want to say we grown. We older. We young adults. So this is around the hype when the second one was about to drop. So we like, oh, we getting ready. We like, okay, put your hands up if you know that you will start. Like, we in there doing the dance, all that. So then her phone ring. It had to be like 9 o'clock. So her phone ring, whatever. So it's Wiz. And Wiz is like, yeah, I'm outside. So then she like, oh, okay, I'm going to come out there with my friend. Honeybee is here. So once again, he don't know who I am. So he's like, who is that? Who is that? Did she go to school with us? And he like, no. She was like, nah, she don't go to school. I used to go to school with her a long time ago. And so then he was like, oh, well, okay, I guess. So then she was like, that's the girl you got into it last weekend when we all was out. And he was like, oh, yeah, tell her to come outside. I'm on that too. So I'm like, yeah, I'm on that shit too. I'm talking shit through the phone. I'm like, yeah, I'm on that shit too. So we standing outside or whatever. So we waiting for motherfuckers to walk up. So we standing outside or whatever. And so then all of a sudden this like black Ford truck pull up. Love that. So he hung on the horn. So she like, where you get this car from? She go ahead of me. And so she walking up to the car. And so then he was like, I got this from my big bro or whatever. My man's, he let me borrow it. So she was like, oh, okay, now she was, one thing about Tinky Winky, I'm sorry, I'm gonna call her Teletubby, but we gonna call her Twinkie. So Twinkie was like, okay, what you, this is like legal, or did y'all steal this motherfucker? He like, no, I would not have y'all in no stolen car, especially if someone I just met, her over there. I said, excuse me? And so then I'm like, we got unfinished business anyway. But so then Twinkie was like, hold on, girl. Where is Woody? Because Woody said that he was coming to meet up with you. He was like, I dropped Woody off so he could change his clothes. Because he said he been in the clothes that he been in all day. And he want to change his clothes. Especially once he seen that I came out fresh. So then but we going to go pick him up. We going to pick him up. And then we going to pick up. Let's give this girl a name. What can we name her? We're going to call her Ladybug. So he was like, we're going to go pick up Ladybug. And I'm like, Ladybug? Who is that? So she was like, Ladybug is someone that we go to school. Well, they don't go to, did they get kicked out by this time? I don't think they got kicked out by this time. I think that was later. They got kicked out of school, but... Yeah, she was like, Ladybug is another girl we went to school with. She cool. Like, you gonna like her. She a vibe. So I said, okay, because, I don't like meeting new motherfuckers, but whatever. I'm rolling with y'all. So then he like, yeah, we gonna go pick up him, and then we gonna go pick up Ladybug, and then we gonna go I got a bottle. Ladybug said she got a bottle, and then Woody got some green. So then I'm like, so who y'all? Because I'm like, okay, well, we can contribute too. Like, everybody contributing. So then Twinkie was like, I'll give you gas money. I can do that. And I said, well, I can get blunts. And then if y'all want to buy some more tree, just tell me, like, who we can get, and I can buy some more tree, depending on how much wood he had. So then it was like, all right. So then he like, but what you doing? Like, you had a lot of shit that you was talking over the phone. We need to squash this before you get in my car. I said, the nerve of you, this ain't even your shit. And he like, well, I'm driving it. I'm like, well, what the fuck? Well, I'm with her. So if she riding, I'm riding. If she not, she not. I don't have to get in this motherfucker. So he like, oh, you spicy. And so then I'm like, whatever. So then, I guess he was like, oh, you actually look, you Carly, you look at her, you cute, you fat or whatever. So then I'm like, okay, you kind of cute too, whatever. And so then after that, that's when the butterflies come rushing in, and we totally forget that we was arguing, we was beefing with each other, right? So we finna get in the car. So he like, oh, I want her to sit in the front. She was like, Twinkie was like, what? And he was like, yeah, I want Honeybee to sit in the front. You sit in the back. You want to sit next to Woody anyway, so get in the back, because Woody's going to sit in the back. And he's not even going to sit up here. I want her to sit up here with me. So then she was like, okay, you want to sit in the front, girl? I said, yeah, bitch, move to the back. So then we get in the car or whatever. So then he like, how old are you? And so your name Honeybee, huh? And I'm like, yeah, your name Wiz, huh? So he's like, yeah. And so now we were just small talk, getting to know each other. Like, it wasn't nothing too major. So we go pick up Woody. Woody was like, all right, I got this much. So I'm like, that could be enough, but I want to contribute more than blunts. Because he was like, but I ain't got no blunts. So we like, we going to go to the store because she going to get blunts. So then he was like, oh, okay. So then he was like, oh, yeah, you the girl from earlier. And so then I'm like, yeah. And so then he gonna whisper to Wiz like, see, bro, I told you. See, bro, I told you. So then Twinkie was like, told him what? And he was like, would you mind your business? Like, he was like mean to her. I don't know if she liked it that, but he was like, would you mind your business? I'm not talking to you. You over here ill hustling. You supposed to be minding the business that pay you. So she just shut up. I'm like, ooh, couldn't be me, but I'm at my business. So then we go to the store. We get the blunts, and then, you know, is motherfuckers out there selling trees. So I picked up some more tree from a motherfucker out there. And so then, that's another thing, ladies, young ladies. When you get in your tree, if you do, make sure you know this person. Don't just get something off the street, okay? That's how you get laced. Don't do that. But, back to the story. So, we go pick up Ladybug. So Ladybug was like, hey, y'all, she is a vibe, y'all. Now I still interact with Ladybug, but we not cool, like, besties or whatever. But she is just a vibe. I wish we could have got closer than what we was, because it was just like the situation with me and Lily. Like, me and Lily met someone through someone else. I mean, we met each other through someone else. And we ended up just clicking and being the best of friends. And that's how I feel with Ladybug. Like, me and Ladybug just clicked. And it was just like, skip her. Like, it was either one time I went over there to the, because we in Chicago. So I went to the low end because that's where they were staying at. And when I went to the low end, I didn't even go see Twinkie. I went to go see Ladybug. Like, Ladybug was vibing, and Twinkie found out that we hung out. And she was like, damn, how y'all ain't include me? And it's like, bitch, you're fucking lame. All you want to do is be around niggas. Like, we gonna call you when we want to be around the niggas. If we don't want to be around them, we just gonna hang out and have fun. And we did that day. But that's besides the point. That's another story. So she was like, this is my friend Honeybee, this is Ladybug. And I'm like, you know, I'm a bee, she a ladybug. Like, we gonna click, which we did. Like, she was, man. And so she was like, oh, okay, it's good to meet you. And all right, we finna have fun or whatever. We finna have fun. So where we finna go? What we finna do? And then I think for that night, y'all, I think we just like rode around. We like parked. Cause like there's different spots that you can just go park at. Like we used to park in like alleyways, like in like people's backyard and shit. Like we did not give a fuck. And as long as you ain't causing no trouble, motherfuckers don't give a fuck neither. Like it was just crazy. Like it's crazy. Nowadays, you try to do that, somebody go call the police on you. But back then, it was a different vibe. But I think we pulled up to we either went back to Twinkie's house, because Twinkie's one of this house that she stayed in, when you come outside, it's like a big ass parking lot for like, I guess the people that wants to go to, like, because it was a church on the other side. So I'm like, if you want to go to church, you can park on that side. But if you live in like the apartment buildings where she live at, then y'all can park right there if you live there. So I think that's where we parked at. Y'all, we was lit. All of us was lit. Like, we was having a ball, y'all. So after we did, we had the music, you know, we vibing or whatever, we talking. So here, Wiz was like, you know, since we not arguing no more or whatever, can I get your number? Can I talk to you? And because I'm single, and it's like, whatever. Motherfucker, we gonna get to Wiz. That's a whole nother, that's what if y'all knew. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, cool. So we exchanged numbers or whatever and chit-chatting. So then after that, like, he dropped everybody off. Like, we rolled with him to drop back off because Twinkie was trying to get Woody to spend the night with her. And so then he like, nah, which I really don't think that he really, because he wanted to drop Woody off last. I think they probably, me now thinking about it, they ass was probably still in the streets fucking with females and shit. So we dropped Ladybug off, and then we was supposed to drop Woody off, but then I don't know if they was texting or whatever, but he ended up dropping us off. And then so she trying to get Woody to come in the house, and he like, nah, I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna, like, bitch, no, I'm not finna do that. So then she with an attitude, and so then we got out the car, and then that was that. They left. I don't know what they did. I don't care. So that was that night, and then the weekend went on like how it was. Like, I don't really think anything special happened. Like, I think I may have seen Wiz, like, because I think they was busy Saturday, so we didn't get to link with them. So we just stayed in the house. But before I left Twinkie's house, he did come see me. Like, he pulled up in that same black Ford truck, and he came to see me that morning. He was like, you want to ride home? And I'm like, no, I got a ride coming. And so then he was like, okay, well, when the next time, like, you going to be over here, or I'm going to see you, or where do you live at? So I told him where I live at. He was like, damn, you all the way on the other side of town. I said, yeah. And so then he was like, oh, well, that ain't a problem, but I'll try to come or whatever. So I said, okay, cool. So we left, and it was that. So now the next weekend or whatever, so now Twinkie is like, girl, you going to come over next weekend? I said, sure, I'll come over or whatever. We can kick it. She like, we're going to do it bigger this time. It's going to be a lot of us. Like, we're going to get, like, it's going to be a lot of us. Everybody's going to come. We're going to go to the basement, and we're going to turn up. So I said, oh, okay, we could do that. Ooh, so I'm like, is Woody and Wiz going to be there? She like, yeah, no doubt. You know they gonna come through. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool. So then I want to say, like, when did we talk? It could have been, like, maybe Tuesday. And so by that Thursday, that's when me and Wiz, like, really started talking or whatever. And he was like, what you doing? I'm like, I ain't doing nothing. And he was like, I'm going to come see you. What's your address? I'm like, you just lying. So I'm like, okay, I gave him the Addy or whatever. And so then next thing you know, he called me like, I'm outside. So I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, he outside. So I'm like, I looked out the window because I'm like, where did he park? Because I don't know want my mama to see this motherfucker's outside and I'm finna get in this car. And I just told my mama, like, my friend is outside. And like I said, like, me and my mama, like, she knew. I had one boyfriend from my mama. And after that, I guess she felt like, damn, you ain't got to do that. And when she found out, it was like all that. And then so we had a talk. That's why I said, young ladies, talk to your mama, because you just never know. And if you can't talk to your mama, at least talk to a trusted auntie or something like that. But if you don't have none of that, girl, I'm here for you. Write it down in a diary, or, Find somebody that you trust. And so I talked to, her, and my mom was like, you don't have to hide nobody because I want to know who you dating. I want to see who you bringing around. I want to know if I know their family or what it is. Like, it's some dangerous men out here. Like, that's when she was like, this is like serious. Like, no. So I didn't have to hide nobody else after that. My mama met everybody I dealt with. I never kept that from her ever again. So I felt, and then it was a bond like that. Like, so I was like, I met somebody or whatever. Like, he not my boyfriend, but we just friends. So then she like looked out the window. She was like, oh, okay, he driving. Okay, I can kind of see him. I can't really see him. So I'm like, I don't want to bring him in the house because I don't know him like that. She was like, that's my girl. So she was like, okay, you can go out there and go talk to him, and I'm gonna watch you like through the window, make sure everything's okay. So I said okay, and she didn't stay in the window and watch me like a hawk, but she was checking on me. That's why I said you don't know how your mama could save your life. But what if he would have pulled off with me? She got the license plate. Now she could call the police, flag me down before I even get to, tell your parents because they know stuff because your parents been here longer than you. They done see stuff. They done been through stuff. So at that age, you as a teenager, you feel like you know the whole world. You really don't. And I'm not trying to say this to be mean. And I know maybe if a teenager's listening, she probably like, oh, whatever. Like, no, I know it all. Like, baby, you don't. And there's nothing wrong with saying that you don't know it all. And I had to realize that, because at one time I did think that I knew it all. And when me and my mama had to talk, no. And just look how that could have happened. Like, what if he would have, if I did tell her and I go out there and he took me somewhere. Now my mama don't know where I'm at. My phone was almost dead, could have died, never heard from me again. She don't have a license plate number. Tell your mother or your father what's going on in your life. Back to the story. So I'm sitting there, whatever. So he like, yeah, I told you I was gonna go see you. I had to go see my little baby. So I'm like, little baby, okay, I'll let you think that. So then he like, you gonna be my girl or what? So I'm like, I like you, cool, but I don't know yet. I'll let you know about the weekend because I'm gonna go over to her house and we'll see where things go. Because I wanted to get some more tea. Like, really, she wasn't trying to tell me no tea on him. So we talking or whatever. So then he leave. Like, he wasn't there too long because he like, I got to get the car back to my cousin because my cousin got to go to work or whatever. But I just wanted to come stop over here and see you. So I'm like, okay, thank you. It was nice seeing you. Bye-bye. So then I get in the house, and then I think I had talked to, maybe the next day I talked to Twiki. I'm like, yeah, I'm still going to come out there. It's cool. But I'm like, give me the scoop on Wiz. Like, what's going on? So she like, Wiz cool. He got a lot of bitches, though. So don't get wrapped up in him. I'm like, damn. I'm like, he sure did just ask me to be his girl. So then she was like, oh, you talked to him? I'm like, talk to him, girl. He came to come see me. She said, wait, what? He came all the way over there to come see you? And I'm like, yeah. So then I'm like, she was like, well, maybe he do really like you because he don't do that. Like, Wiz he don't do that. Like, he might like have a lot of females in his face, but he would not go see them bitches. They got to come to him. Like, there's been times, like, a lot of different females would come up to the school and wait for him or whatever. That's why I was like, the day we hopped in that car, I wanted to know who car that was because I'm not going to be riding around in a female car that you dealing with. But I think I did see his brother, a dude in that car. So it could be true. And then the fact that you told me that he came over there to see you, he don't do that. So he like you because he don't do that. His bitches got to do for him. He don't do for his bitches. So I said, oh. Well, I thought I was on top when she told me that. And she was like, well, maybe y'all should date. Y'all would be a good couple. You know what? I'm happy I introduced y'all. And this weekend, when we all link up, I'm going to make sure that y'all have y'all time and y'all be together. Because I want my girl, pay attention. I want my girl to be happy. And then he my friend. And I want y'all to be happy with each other, whatever. So it was that. And then I'm like, okay. So then fast forward to the weekend. So my daddy is gonna ride with me on the bus because I'm like, I need to take the bus. And then my daddy was like, all right, I'm gonna take you there. I'm like, you ain't gotta take me all the way to her house because the way my people was, I told y'all, it was like I grew up in a Hustable house, like for real, because the way my parents was, they did not play that. They will watch me. They will know where I'm at. They want to know who I'm with and whatever. So I'm like, you don't gotta drive me all the way at the house. We can get off the bus like at the corner, and then she gonna meet me with from friends she has from school, and then we just gonna go to her house. Now they trust me with Twinkie because, like I said, me and Twinkie, she wasn't one of my first friends because I had two other childhood friends that I grew up with. I got like a story time about them too, but yeah, but she was like one of my friends that like I grew up with. So they trusted me with her. So they was like, okay, cool. So we get off the bus, and so then I'm like, oh, they right there. So then he was like, you finna walk with all them people. And now I didn't know that Twinkie was like, when she left our school and she went to another school, she must have picked up the swag from our school and took it with her because she was popular at her new school. Because the school that she went to with me, she was a fucking lame. I was popular, and I almost lost my popularity by hanging out with her. But luckily I didn't. Oh, we gonna get to a story about that. Oh, yeah, I got so many stories, y'all. So, anywho, we go and get up the bus. So he like, she with all them people? I'm like, nah, I don't think so. I think like that's just a group of people, but her friends, I think they just mingling. But no, I'm not. It's not all them. Cause he was like, oh my god, all the ways y'all all gonna go? Is there a party tonight? I'm like, Dad, I'm not with all them. So he like, all right, you have a good time. I love you, or whatever. I said, I love you too. So he goes so he can hop back on the bus or whatever. But like I said, my daddy was an OG, not just around my hood, but around these hoods, period, of Chicago. My daddy was the OG in every hood. So he knew people and everybody, everywhere. So he saw some friends that he was hanging out with. And then after that, he left or whatever. But so then I walked to the end. So I'm like, hey, girl. So she like, hey, you made it. So you ready? We was waiting for you. I was like, I got to wait for my best friend to get here. We ain't finna go to my house. I gotta wait for my best friend to get here. And I said, period. So I'm like, okay. So we walk. So she like, all right, y'all, let's go. Literally, the whole crowd get to walking. I said, girl, I thought you was just with like a few people. She like, all these people are my people, girl. We all from school. We finna kick back at my house in the basement. So I'm like, okay. So we do the kickback or whatever. Excuse me. When I tell y'all, it was like at least, it was so many of us. It had to be like 15 to 20 kids. And we all we all fit in the basement. I don't know how we did, but we did. And so then, like, people were sitting on top of each other. Some people were standing, but like, it was like 15 of us. Like, we was deep as hell. And so then, all while her mama was home. Her mama know this. Like, her mama did not give a fuck what she did. But she didn't do nothing wrong with her ass. But that's here or there. So then, y'all, it gets to where we partying or whatever. So then after that, the party died down. So then I'm like, damn, Wiz and Woody never came. So then she like, yeah, I don't know what's up with that. So then I'm like, because she like, it's late now and we've been doing what we've been doing. This is it. So then that's when Wiz, she ended up getting in contact with him. She was like, what's up? Like, y'all ain't never show. And he was like, oh yeah, me and Woody got busy or whatever. We was hanging out with the guys, so we just stayed over there. But we got the whole weekend to link up though. So then she was like, well, y'all want to link up tomorrow? So we like, yeah. Now this is a little backstory. I didn't put this in the story because I just felt like it was a short time. But before, like, me and Wiz clicked, Twinkie had introduced me to this other guy, and he's not really in this story like that, so he don't need a name. We just gonna call him Jay. So Jay, we was talking for a little minute, but it didn't go nowhere. It really didn't go nowhere. I should have talked to him, but it didn't really go nowhere. Like, literally, like, the conversations was boring. Like, it didn't go nowhere. So she was like, what you gonna do about Jay? Because Jay like you and Jay want to see you too. And I'm like, well, I'm digging on Wiz right now. I'm not really thinking about Jay, and like, I don't think it's going nowhere. But I do got a friend that he might like to direct his, attention off of me. And so then, I'm like, cause she was like, yeah, cause Jay is supposed to come over tomorrow too. And so then I'm like, okay, whatever. So y'all, the next day come, and we getting ready or whatever. We taking pictures or whatever. And so then all of a sudden it's like a knock on the door. So I'm like, damn, they here already. So then she like, right, wait, they not supposed to be here right now. So she goes to the door. Y'all, why is it one of her friends that is also my ex-boyfriend?
Excuse you.
We gonna give him a name. We gonna call him DL. So DL come walk through the door. And he like, oh, what's up, what's up? I'm here for the, we having a get together or whatever, right? And my early, my dad got to drop me off early, so I'm here. So then he look at me and I look at him. So he like, oh, hey, how you doing, honey? And I'm just like, whatever. I'm good. Because our breakup was, y'all will get that story time later. So then, like, we just, like, sitting there, all three of us. So then he like, y'all want to roll up or whatever. So we like, yeah. So he got you rolling up. And he was like, low-key, I miss you. Like, you want to I don't want to rekindle nothing. I don't want to, no, that shit dead. And then the girl that you supposedly cheated on her with me, but in my eyes, you cheated on me with her. We kind of cool now. That's another story, y'all. And so then I'm not finna. So once you become my friend, I'm not finna go back. I don't backtrack like that. No, that shit dead. And he was like, yeah, I miss you, but I'm not with her. I'm not with you. I'm just single out here. I'm like, nah, DL, we can't. No. And so then he like, oh, okay. So then I'm like, you invited him over here? And she was like, I did, but I forgot that it was this weekend that I invited him over here. And so then I'm just like, what the fuck? Because Wiz is coming. And so then she was like, well, it is what it is. You with Wiz now. He just going to have to move on. So it's like, oh my God. So then Wiz, next thing you know, like not too long ago after that, Wiz and Woody walked through the door. So they wondering like who DL is because they don't know this nigga. So they're like, who the fuck is this? So then I'm like, that's my ex. So he like, why is your ex over here loud? It's like we in the kitchen. And so then he in the living room. So he kind of looked like, what? And so then I'm like, I don't know. She invited him. I didn't know he was coming over. So then he was like, man, she messy. That's why I don't fuck with her like that because she a messy ass bitch. And so then I'm just like, So he was like, well, we finna roll up, we finna smoke. Now, this is when, y'all, this is the time when we used to roll up blunts and put actual honey on the blunt. And we used to put it in the microwave. And then, I don't know, it made the blunt burn slower. Before they came out with the, because, they did always have, like, the slow burning blunts, but it even burned it slower if you put the honey on it. I should do that just for good time's sake, because I don't smoke blunts no more. I roll my shit in papers, but anyway, because we already long in the story, I'm trying to wrap it up. So he like, I'm finna make that nigga leave. I'm finna make him leave. I don't want him here with my girl. Y'all ain't finna rekindle nothing. So I'm like, why I wasn't trying to? And he was like, definitely not. So then he walked up to Twinkie. He like, Twinkie, can me and Honey go in the basement for a while? I want to talk to her. So then she like, yeah. Now it's a vent right where he's sitting, right? This is gonna be TMI, so if you need to skip it, then skip it. But if you here for the juicy, you here for the juicy. So y'all, while we go down in the basement, and he cracked me in the basement, y'all. Yes, he did. Yes, I just met this motherfucker, and right away last weekend, now this weekend, we cracking in the basement. And when we cracking in the basement, they can hear it because the vent is right there. So he wanted him to hear that. So then after we get done, we come back upstairs. So then he just looked disgusted. So he like, all right, folks, y'all already hit the blunt. Well, I forgot this other blunt we finna hit. We roll up. We finna smoke. And so then Twinkie dumbass talking about, so what y'all was doing? He was like, we was talking. She was like, it didn't sound like it. So then he like, why is you all in our business? We was. So then she like texted me like, girl, what really happened? And I'm not finna tell her, because that's my business and his business, not y'all's. Even though it's in y'all house, I don't give a fuck. Real disrespectful. I'm sorry. To her mom. Not to her. To her mom. I'm sorry. And so then, he was like, she was like, so what happened? So I was like, girl, we was faking. We was down there faking because the vent is right there and we wanted y'all to hear. And she was like, oh, y'all trying to make DL mad. And I'm like, yeah. So she like, y'all crazy as hell. Whole time. I was down there with King Kong. But anyway, so we get to so we like smoking. So I guess he got the hint or whatever, and he just told her like, I'll come over next weekend or some other time. I'm finna go or whatever. So I guess he called his dad to come back and pick him up or whatever. He didn't stay long. Didn't nobody really give a fuck. Like, bye. So he left or whatever. So now we like, well, what we finna do? Like, now that the loser's gone, what we finna do? So she was like, we can all go down there to the basement and we can just kick it. And so then I'm like, fuck. I'm like, is Jay still coming over? So she like, oh, I forgot. But yeah, he is coming over. So then Woody was like, oh, Jay cool. Like, they didn't know Jay like that, but they knew Jay. And so then he was like, oh, Jay, he cool. He could come kick it with us, just not that other lame ass nigga. And so then I was like, I'm gonna call one of my homegirls to come over here so that way it'll be even. You know what I'm saying? It'll be that because we tried. Ooh, I done said her name. We tried to get Ladybug over there, but Ladybug mama was like my mama. She didn't play. She didn't let her out all the time. So she couldn't come. So I said, I got the perfect girl. So I said, call my girl. Like, what you doing, girl? She like, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just like kicking it outside my front porch with my sister and my mama. So I'm like, you want to come hang out with me tonight? I'm with a group of friends and we finna get turned. Like, you ain't gotta bring nothing but your pretty face. She was like, for real? She was like, you know I'll contribute. I'll get us some food when we get hungry and stuff. So I said, bet we all can pitch in and we can go get like a pan of chicken or whatever. So she was like, cool, we can do that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So then I'm like, I'll call you back with more details. Cause she like, how am I gonna get there? I can't take the bus or whatever. I said, don't worry. You know, we fuck with niggas that got cars. Don't even worry. I got you, girl. Let me get you back. So then I'm like, okay. So I tell Twinkie, I said, okay, my homegirl Lily finna come over. So then she like, okay, cool. She drive or what? I'm like, nah. So she was like, cool. I could just tell Jay to go pick her up. And I'm like, she said she can buy us food and shit too. So we all pitch in and get like, she'll get the pan of chicken and we'll get a pan of fries. And so then she was like, cool. So she was like, y'all want to do that? She was talking to Woody and Wiz. So they was like, yeah, we down. So she called Jay. So she like, hey, Jay, so Honey is over here and we got Wiz, Woody, and me. But Honey got another friend that she want to come over here. Can you go pick her up? So then Jay was like, is Honey cool with that or whatever? So then she was like, it's not my friend, it's her friend. So yeah, she cool with it. And she actually think that y'all would be a better fit. She wants you to meet her friend, fill her friend out because y'all would be a better fit because she's really liking on Wiz, just telling him all the business. And so so he like, oh, okay, I ain't mad. She like that brother. All right. Like, he was real, like, mature. He was maturer than all of us. I never knew how old he was. Like I said, we didn't even get that far. Like, me and Jay did not get that far. So, so he was like, it's cool. Like, she was nice or whatever, but I ain't never seen her before, so I ain't really got no, like, feeling. So if he like it, they like each other. Fool, I'll fill out the friend, see how I feel about him. So he go pick Lily up. They go get the food. And then they come back over here to her house. So then they pull up or whatever. Now we outside. So we was like, shit, we just finna party outside. Because now her mama coming home from work. So her mama was like, look, I'm tired. Y'all loud. Y'all got to get out for a few hours. Just go somewhere for a few hours. And then y'all could come back when I'm up and y'all can do that. But I need some rest. So we respected that. So we was outside or whatever. So we was just basically parking lot pimping and pimping in the parking lot. So they pull up, they got the food or whatever. So they take the food down there to the basement and then they come right back outside or whatever. So then Lily walked up and she was like, okay. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I did call Lily and say, I got somebody come picking you up. His name Jay. You might like him, whatever. So she was like, yeah, girl. So she walked up to me, gave me a hug. She was like, you look cute. And I'm like, thank you. You look cute too. And so then she was like, yeah, he kind of cute or whatever. I'm like, yeah. So we like all talking. We getting together. Like we, rolling out, smoking, just having a good time in the parking lot. Ain't worried about nothing. So then after a while, we was able to go back in the house once her mama was up. But her mama was like in the living room, so we couldn't go in the living room. So we just went down to our spot, the basement. So y'all, we down there. So we like, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? We need something fun. So we was like, so then Woody was like, there's a bottle right there. Anybody want to play spin the bottle? So we started playing spin the bottle, and it was so funny. So, but how we did it was dope. Like, okay, we all in a circle. And let's say I spin the bottle, right? And let's say my bottle lands on Lily. And so now instead of like, how the old back in the day spin a bottle, when it land on somebody, you got to kiss that person. We put truth or dare in it too. So when you spin the person who spin whoever land on, you get them to do a dare with somebody. So I'm spinning the bottle. And so then it land on Lily. So then I'm like, Lily, I dare you and Jay to go behind the bar, because they had like a bar. And I'm like, I want you to grind on him while you give him a kiss. So then she like, okay. So then while they doing that or whatever, so then next thing you know, I get a text. I get a text from Woody. And because we all exchange numbers by this time, whatever. So I get a text from Woody, and I get a text from Twinkie. Twinkie was like, hey, if it lands on me and you spin it, dare me to do something with Woody. Woody texts me like, if it land on you, and if do not dare nothing with her. I don't want to kiss her. I don't want, like, he didn't fuck with her. He was like, no, don't even put me in that. So I'm like, y'all putting me in the middle of y'all bullshit. But anyway, so we just playing or whatever. So different things, like happen or whatever. Cause like it's a fade memory. Like I remember the stuff that I dared, but I really can't remember any of the other dares that I can tell y'all. But it was a lot of kissing and booty rubbing going on. And then we got done playing or whatever. So so the night is basically over. So I'm gonna stay the night over there. So we getting fucked up or whatever. Next thing you know, people were supposed to leave. Y'all, we all end up going to sleep in the basement. Now her basement was nice. It's not like the other basement that me and Lily was in, cold and shit. Went to wash and dry. Like she had a fully furnished basement. Like it was nice. So it was carpet down there. So we just all fell asleep. We had blankets and pillows and shit down there. So we just grabbed what we could out their storage room and we went to sleep. Then we wake up the next morning, of course, hangover. But here's the thing, we wake up the next morning, Woody and Wiz is gone. Like they gone. We ain't even hear them leave or nothing. So that leaves me, Twinkie, Lily, and Jay. So Jay is like, all right, well, I'm gonna take her home. So I'm like, let me know when you get there, all that, so whatever. So then we stayed. So then the next night we end up hearing about like we was like, where the hell y'all go? So this is Sunday, right? I promise the video is almost over because we almost at an hour, y'all. So we finna we getting all ready or whatever. And I don't know what happened, but I know that earlier in the day they came to see us because they was out. I think Wiz had to go to church with his mom or whatever. So then she had walked past us and so then Twinkie was like, that's Wiz's mom right there. But I don't see Wiz because they normally go to church. So I'm like, maybe he left early and went to church. And then she like, well, what about Woody? Because there was no point. I'm like, well, maybe Woody, they best friends. Maybe he went to church with him. Maybe they already had that. She like, no. Because it's funny how we cracked. And after we got done cracking, motherfuckers went to sleep in an hour. After, like, not even an hour, we wake up, they gone. I'm like, damn, y'all was cracking. He was like, yeah. So in my head, I'm like, oh, he want to crack her in private, but he don't want to be with her in public type shit. So I'm like, oh, okay. So then they like, we just gonna come over later and we gonna see y'all later or whatever. So when they come to us later, now they got Ladybug with them. So now we hop in the car or whatever, and we once again drinking again. I've been drinking Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, y'all. I tell y'all, I do not drink like this no more. That's probably why I don't drink like this no more, because when I was younger, I used to get towed up. So I don't have it in me. A nice little cooler, nice little wine here and there is good for me now. But back then it was different. So we outside, and this is later, but like I'm finna have to go home soon. So I'm just like, so then Wiz was like, I can just drop you off at home. You don't have to tell your ride to come get you. And so then I did that. I was like, okay. So I told my ride, like, don't worry, I'm gonna get home, whatever. So then he was gonna take me home. So then the whole time, like, we parked the car, right? We parked the car, but now we outside because it's a nice summertime, like, like we having fun. So we walking around drunk as hell, y'all. Like, we walking around with the bottle, we drinking, we on Lakeshore Drive, we having a ball. Like, we is like all of us, me, and then it was Woody and Wiz, and we was just like having a ball. We was having a ball, drinking all type of shit. So he like, oh shit, I need to calm down. I can't be drinking that much because I still got to drive or whatever. So we like, yeah. So instead of us like, so we have on our way to like, I'm tongue twisted. So as we letting our high and our drunkenness go down, because I'm like, I can't go home fucked up like this neither. So we just gonna walk home instead of driving her home, because then that will give us enough time. So I'm sorry, y'all. I keep saying people name. We're going to drop off Ladybug. We're going to walk Ladybug home. So we all walk Ladybug home. We make sure she get home safe. And then she gets home and we walk back. So he like, okay, I'm cool to drive. But the whole time that we trying to all have a good time, Woody and Twinkie is arguing like they a couple. Like, they is arguing. They going back and forth. And it's just like he coming at her and she just taking it, and then she trying to say little shit, and she like, I like you and I want to be with you. And so then, y'all, all of a sudden, I guess the liquor got out. I don't know what he was just pissing her off so much, and he was like, look, I'm not finna go. Like, you think I'm finna be with you, and you up here, you done fuck me and Wiz. I don't have time for that. I don't do homie hoppers.
Oh.
Wait, what he say? Because by this time now, it's been a good month we've been talking. So you hooked me up with a dude that you done. So I said, what? What he say? So then Wiz trying to direct me away from their conversation, like, he drunk. Don't listen to him. He drunk and he pissed her off or whatever. So I'm like, nah, because I don't do that. And so then I'm like, if that's what y'all on, I don't do that. And so I still wanted to ride home, so I didn't want to say too much. So after that, we get like back to where the car is parked. And then after that, we end up dropping him off, and then we dropped her off. Like, it was just like silence after that. And so then after that, I went in the house and grabbed my clothes, and she was like, I'm sorry you had to hear that. And I'm like, girl, is that shit crazy? Because like, if you fucked him, you shouldn't even introduced us. She was like, but it's not like that. It wasn't like that. And so then I'm just like, you fuck both of them. She was like, girl, we had a threesome, and they act like, I said, what? She was like, he acted like I'm like made love to Wiz or something, or like, and then that's why I did want to bring y'all together so he can see that I don't want him. I want Woody. And I'm just like, don't put me into your shit, because I'm not that type of girl. Like, So I was just like, what type of shit is that? So then we get in the car. So then he was like, you okay? You look upset. And I'm just like, and he was like, it wasn't like nothing like that. Like, she did sleep with me, but it wasn't like that. And I'm like, yeah, apparently she slept with y'all together. And then he was like, that was just one time. And I'm like, was this before or after me? And he didn't say nothing. So I took that as that was after me. This must have been some recent shit. I don't know when, but it must have been recent. So when by the time we get home, I played it cool because, like I said, I ain't trying to get put out no car. I ain't trying to, like, before this, I ain't never got put out a car. So I'm like, I ain't trying to like get put out a car, and I ain't got nowhere. I ain't got no money to get me nowhere I need to go. I'm not trying to take the bus. It's a long ass bus ride. We've been drinking, and like, no. When I got out the car, I said, you know what? You can have her. He can have her. I don't want nothing to do with neither one of y'all. And I walked off, and I said, this relationship is over. And I walked off. Yep. Went in my house, trying to call me, contact me, and then I guess they all got into it. So now everybody trying to call and contact me. I should have deaded it, but I didn't, y'all. Me and Wiz broke up for about like 3 months, and then we got back together, and then we was together for like a whole 2 years, and then some shit went down, and then we broke up, and then we ain't never been together ever since. I would tell y'all the stories as we go with that, because when I tell y'all, Wiz can't say shit to me. He cannot contact me. I don't want shit to do with this motherfucker. That's what it is. And if he ever come across this story, that's just what it is. Like, it was that to the point where you broke me down bad. Like, at the end of the relationship, I had to have like a major surgery because I stressed out so bad, where I had to have a major surgery or I could have lost my life. You can't say shit to me after that. F you respectfully. But I've grown. I moved past that. I forgive and forget. I'm one of them people. I can forgive you because God wouldn't want that for me. He can't bless me if I'm still holding on to that. You know what I'm saying? So I let all that go. I let it pass. And God has been blessing me like he blessed me with a wonderful man that I'm with to this day. And we've been rocking with each other, and we are engaged now, and I'm happy in life. I got my family, and I don't know what the fuck going on with. That's him in his life. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, y'all, that's what happened. And so then I was just like, I'll just let it go. But like I said, we ended up getting back together. Y'all will hear about that eventually. But that's it for this story time, y'all. Yep. She played me. She played all our ass. And I always find myself getting into the middle of other people's shit. And it just, don't put me in your shit. But people always try to put me in the shit. And it's just like, Then if it don't go out the way that you hope, then it's my fault, right? Okay. So, yeah, y'all. Y'all will get more stories about the rest of them because it is more stories. But I just have to throw that in there. I'll see y'all on my next story time. I love you, B babies. Peace out.